And the first one that we're going to read is called, Am I the a-hole for telling my fiance that he doesn't have my back when he told a humiliating story about me in front of his entire family? A long time back when low-rise jeans were popular, my boyfriend and I ran into Walmart for some things. I had to get some items on the lower shelf, so I hitched my pants up as high as I could and I bent down. I had to grab a few things, and I guess in that time a mother and a small son came down the aisle and they stood behind me. I guess that kid's face was like 12 inches away from my butt crack. I guess the mum noticed and wasn't too happy. Those jeans got thrown out the next day and I never bought a pair of low-rise jeans again. It's been 14 years. We were invited over to his sister's family's house for the Super Bowl. We're having a great time and all of a sudden he decides it's a great time to tell that story in front of his entire family and his sister's new husband's family. Not only that, but telling it using descriptives like disgusting and made me look just about as trashy as possible, and then said that I knew that it was happening and didn't care, and told him to shut up when he told me they were there, which never even happened. In the car he goes, "Are you mad?" Wow. Yeah, a little bit, dude. About to dump your ass. I told him that he's demonstrated that he's somebody who doesn't have their partner's back. I told him that that was a betrayal because he knew that story was embarrassing. He said that because he thinks I have no reason to be embarrassed, that he's done nothing wrong. And it's crazy of me to say that he doesn't have my back. I feel like he only wanted laughs and attention, and he didn't care at all that it came at my expense. Yeah, and also the fact that he's not apologizing. He's saying that you're crazy for saying this. Bro, what are you talking about? One big reason why I feel like he doesn't have my back, he decided to knowingly break the law because again he thought he knew better, and got arrested and spent 7 months in prison, leaving me holding a huge bag of crap and needing to do everything on my own during that time, including pay all of our bills. He's been out for about a year. During that time I bought us a house by myself. For 12 years he didn't have his license, so I did all of our driving. If I got a flat tire or something, I had to call my parents. My parents had my back while he was gone too, so I don't know if it's just leftover resentment from all that, or if I actually do have a legit reason to feel hurt and betrayed. Oh no, you definitely do have a real reason to feel betrayed. And on top of all of that, this is how he's treating you? Nah. I feel like after every sacrifice that I've made for us entitles me to what I would consider to be adequate treatment. Am I overthinking this? No, definitely not. Update, thank you to everybody that showed me how stupid I've been for accepting what I've accepted. I demanded an apology. He told me that I'm a loser for going to Reddit. OP's not the loser here. I know what has to be done. I think I just needed to get outside of my bubble and tell this story to normal people that live normal lives. I deserve better. And no, he's not on the deed to the house. I deserve better. Yeah, the top comment, why isn't he an ex? He needs to be, not the a-hole. Yeah, he said that you were a loser for going to Reddit. He didn't say, oh yeah, I'm sorry for being such an a-hole and I'm sorry for getting laughs in front of everybody at your expense. No, he says that you're crazy for thinking what you're thinking, and also that you're a loser for going to Reddit. OP's not the loser. The second top comment says, girl, why are you with him? You got a house without him, so you can be self-sufficient without him. He's only dragging you down. It took him 12 years to get a license. What are you, his mum? The fact that y'all have been together for 12 years and he's still your fiance shows that he ain't ever going to be anything else but the fiance. Girl, why are you with this loser of a man when you can do so much better? Yeah, for sure. And the comment below that says his story was humiliating and also disrespectful, and his dismissal of your feelings is hurtful. His past actions reinforce a pattern of not having your back. Your feelings are valid. Yeah, I feel like it goes without saying that that's not how you're meant to treat your partner. Like, this is all around bad. And yeah, like all the comments are saying, you can do so much better. Like, so much better. And also, what did it say? That he used the word disgusting when he was telling the story about OP? Like, oh yeah, let me tell this story and let me make fun of my partner in front of our families. Yeah, such a wonderful partner, dude. OP's not the a-hole at all, and definitely get out of there. That update was definitely good though, saying how they now realize that they deserve better. So yeah, all the best to OP. Post number 2 that we're going to read is called, Am I the gay-hole for walking out of a restaurant after my sister kept on making rude remarks and trying to speak on my behalf? My sister, 24 female, and I, 26 female, never really had the best relationship growing up. I've always tried to keep it civil, but she wouldn't. And she's always been rude to me and would try to speak on my behalf, like she's my lawyer. To make things relevant, I'm on the spectrum. She will constantly convince me to say no whenever others ask me a question, tell me to shut up whenever I talk to my friends or anybody that wanted to have a conversation with me, or my sister will shake her head no either because she disapproves of something, or she simply wants me to shut the f*** up. Oh my freaking god. What? Imagine having the audacity to do this. Like, somebody's talking and you're sitting there being like, no, stop talking, shut up. Oh my god. How dare your sister? This past weekend, my parents asked me and my sister to meet with them at a restaurant for dinner, as we didn't see each other in weeks and my parents both wanted to treat waitress. We met them in the restaurant and everything went well until it was time to order. I'm not much of an eater, so I wanted to order some of the appetizers, but my parents encouraged me to buy an entree so that I can have some food to take home if I don't finish. I thought about getting it, but I saw my sister shaking her head. Like what? Saying that you shouldn't get what you want to get? This is so annoying. I asked her what her issue was, and she said that she knows that I don't need the entree and therefore I shouldn't waste money or food. My parents told her that isn't her concern. Yeah, and I can order for myself. I ordered the entree that I liked, and when our food came, my sister was glaring at me the entire time. I finished my food, and I guess I didn't really need to take leftovers home since they were all gone. When asked if we wanted dessert, my dad asked me if I would like some. I said that I was full, but my dad said that he'd want me to at least take something home, so I ordered a cheesecake. And that was when my sister snapped. She called me a spoiled brat for wasting food and our father's money. And why do I need dessert? My dad told my sister to calm down and said that she can get dessert too. My sister got even more angry and called me names such as a fat pig. I'm like 115 pounds, so not even close. A yes woman, whatever the hell that means, and how I'm wasting money. What a giant a-hole. I make my own money, so I don't even know what her issue was. I didn't want to be around her, so I just got up and left. My parents begged me to stay as we planned to get coffee somewhere else after, but I declined. I couldn't stay if my sister was going to continue to be there. I even changed my mind on dessert. When I got home, I got a couple of calls from my parents apologizing on my sister's behalf, and my mum said that I shouldn't have walked out and let my sister get the better of me. She tends to defend my sister a lot, so I told her she needs to wake up and understand how my sister has always tried to control me for reasons that I can't even understand. Am I the a-hole for walking out? Absolutely not. No, the sister is terrible. And also, how funny that pretty much everything she said didn't even make any sense. Saying stuff about OP wasting money, saying that they're a yes woman. Like there was no basis to any of their insults. They were just being awful for the sake of being awful. And I can't believe they're sitting there and shaking their head like, no, you don't want that. Oh my God. Or like when they said that they wanted OP to stop talking, that they'd shake their head. Like, oh my God, shut up. Like that's so unbelievable. I don't even understand how you could even have the gall to do something like that. The top comment says, not the a-hole. Stop attending events if your sister is invited. She's evil. Yeah, she is evil. And you don't deserve a devil ruining your day. The next time that your parents invite you two to dinner, tell them that you'd love to have a meal with the two of them, but you're taking a break from your sister. Tell them that she has unknown mental health issues that make her obsessed with you, and you need a break from it. Tell them that you hope the break gives her time to get a life and quit worrying about yours. Yeah, for sure. And the comment below that says, not the a-hole. You were sensible enough to walk out before things got out of hand. The good thing here is that you know how to handle your sister. The next time that she does that, just make a sarcastic comment and move on. Or better yet, give her a taste of her own medicine. Next time, also give your mum the taste of her medicine by telling her to stand up to every insult that comes out of your dad or sister's mouth towards her, and then see how she handles it. Yeah, that's definitely a good point that the comment made about OP being sensible enough to walk away. Because yeah, the sister was getting really nasty. It said there, she called me a spoiled brat for wasting food and our father's money, and why do I effing need dessert? My sister got even more angry and called me names such as a fat pig and a yes woman and how I'm wasting money. Yeah, the sister was being unbelievably awful. And you for sure did the right thing, OP, and the sensible thing too of walking away. Like there's no point arguing with somebody like your sister. She's not gonna understand. Like ever. The sister sounds so unbelievably nasty. The comment below that says, no, you're not the a-hole, and the fact that your parents let your sister have this level of immaturity is appalling. Maybe have a tete-a-tete? A tete-a-tete? Okay, so I know that doesn't say tete. Maybe have a tete-a-tete with your sister. You're in your mid-20s. This is adolescent behavior at best. Yeah, wait a second. How old was the sister? 24 female, and OP is 26. Yeah, that's so bad. But yeah, OP is so not the a-hole. And yeah, like that top comment said, don't go to anything that the sister's gonna be at. Like, yeah, sorry, I don't actually want to spend time with somebody who makes me feel awful, so I'm not going to. Like, and you don't have to either. Like, if you or anybody has somebody in your life that treats you this bad, you do not have to spend time with them. This comment says, not the a-hole. It's wild to me that your mother is trying to put this on you for letting her get the best of you. Yeah. When she and your dad rightfully told her that it wasn't her concern in the first place, she blew up at you in a public restaurant because what? Your parents decided to do something nice for you that they were also doing for her? It's not about letting her get the best of you. It's about her acting like an a-hole in the first place. You don't have to tolerate that kind of disrespect just because your sister hold some sort of bizarre unspoken grudge against you? You decided not to tolerate her behavior, and your parents need to stop tolerating it as well. Yeah, for sure, and it probably wouldn't be so bad if the parents had stopped tolerating it a long time ago. Yeah, all the best to you, OP. That one is so frustrating. I hope the wholesome memes are good today. Okay, the next one that we're going to read is called Am I the Gay Hoffer Exposing an Influencer to Her Family After She Demanded a Free Painting and $200 on top of that, threatening to tell her followers not to buy from me if I refused. Wow, that's an interesting title. My mum's goddaughter, let's call her Jen, 29 female, asked me, 25 female, to do a painting for her because she saw that I did one for a mutual friend. Let's call her Anna. Jen wanted the painting as a gift for her father, who's a retired photographer. Here's the thing though, Anna paid me for the painting and everything went smooth. She posted a picture of the painting with her mum as she was gifting it to her. Well, Jen saw that painting and became interested in one for her father. The problem is she wanted me to do it for free. She said that she would advertise it on her Instagram and tell her fans to buy something from me in exchange for the painting. This is some choosing beggars type stuff here. Like, I'll pay you in exposure. She said that she would advertise it on her Instagram and tell her fans to buy it from me in exchange for the painting. I told her no, as I'm not in a great financial spot right now and I can't afford to do something for free. She wanted a custom sized canvas, which is not commonly found in stores. I would have either had to make it myself or try to find it online for a reasonable price. I explained this to her, but she still didn't understand. She said that I already had the materials on hand and that she didn't think art materials were that expensive. She accused me of being greedy and not having a vision for business. Oh my god. Claiming that her exposure would be more valuable than my art. She also said that she wanted me to pay her $200 on top of the free Oh my god, this is so funny. She also said that she wanted me to pay her $200 on top of the free painting, arguing that with her help I'd make so much money and companies pay her to review stuff. She pointed out that every creative artist or individual, including her father, did work for free at the beginning. Everything went downhill when she noticed that I wasn't replying. I was working. And she started talking down on me because I got let go from the military for medical reasons beyond my control. She said that I'd failed at everything, including that, and that she was giving me the option to succeed and make my parents proud. You piece of garbage. Oh my god. Oh, I'm an influencer. I'm so famous and probably rich and stuff, but I can't pay somebody for a painting. If you're so famous and important, then bloody pay for it. People are so frustrating. Since I wasn't replying, she called my mum to complain that I didn't want to do a free painting for her. As I mentioned, she's my mum's goddaughter, and my mum does seem to have a preference for her. How could you have a preference for her? Mum called me back and demanded that I do the painting for free. Nah. I became enraged. Yeah, same. Jen's words about my parents not being proud of me stuck in my head. So I decided to draw a 2-second sketch and I told her that was her free painting and to leave me alone. She became really angry and threatened to post on her socials, telling her followers not to buy from me and to ruin my art career. I've received a few phone calls from my mum, which I haven't answered, and some hate messages from what I assume are her followers. Am I the gay for exposing her text to her family, including the internet? And also there's an Imager link here, so I'm going to open that. Oh, there's a whole bunch of messages here from them. No way. Okay, so let's read this. Hi girly, how are you? Oh my god, I saw the painting you did for so-and-so mum and it's so cute. I want one for my dad. Same thing, the childhood house and him teaching me how to ride a bike. I would like it a bit bigger though. I'm thinking 17 by 28 so you have enough space for the house and everything. Hi there, I'm good. I'd love to do a painting for you. I had so much fun painting that one for her. Just FYI, a 17 by 28 would be more expensive since it's a custom size. What do you mean? Most art stores don't carry that size, meaning that I'd have to have it stretched on my own or have somebody custom make me that size. But I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. I've seen canvas and paint for $5 at Walmart. Are you joking? Yeah, but I'm just saying the cost will increase for you. Give me a second and I'll calculate the total and provide an estimate for the down payment. Well, about that, I was thinking that we could work out a great deal for you. I think the one who's going to pay me at the end is you, haha. How is this real? Some influencers really are terrible. You know that my dad's a well-known photographer and knows everything in this place. He's going to tell everybody about your paintings. And I'll post about it on my Instagram. I have a lot of followers too that do what I say. So honestly, I think with all that exposure, a normal person would pay $900. But since you're doing the painting, I'll charge you $200 plus the painting. Oh my god, this person has lost their mind. You have some Instagram followers. You're not famous. What, lol? I'm sorry, but I can't afford to do a painting for free at the moment, let alone pay you to post it on Instagram. Oh, you aren't really business-minded, are you? You just need to do one painting, which will cost you next to nothing. And with my help, you'll be making thousands. That's not true. The canvas itself will be like $180 plus gesso and paint plus my time. You know, Dad started the photography business doing free photo shoots, and see where he he is now. You are no one. You gotta do it for free to be known. This person thinks that they're somebody because they've got followers on Instagram. You piece of garbage. How dare you treat OP like this? I know you're reading my messages. I know you want to prove yourself more now that not even the military wants you, lol. Man, that must have been a huge hit for you and your parents. I was discharged because of medical reasons, but it was an honorable discharge. Some things are beyond your control and epilepsy is one of them. Yeah, but you've failed at everything. You didn't hear it from me, but your mum told me that she was disappointed in you. You failed at everything and I'm here trying to help you. Make her proud, won't you? Have a win at least once. This could be one of the most toxic people that I feel like we've read about in a long time. Oh, sorry, maybe I shouldn't say anything mean. You might get one of your seizures, Cupcake. Wow. You aren't really cut out to be an entrepreneur, are you? You aren't gonna advance in life like that. Seriously, you called my mum to complain that I wasn't doing your piece for free. What the hell? I'm an adult and she doesn't support me or buy any of my art materials. Here's the best I can do for free. Leave me alone now. Lol, you're so funny. So funny that I'm about to tell all my followers on TikTok and Instagram about your treatment. You're a joke of an artist. No, they're not. The only people that buy from you are friends because they feel pity for you. No one is going to buy from you. You're so dumb. You just screwed yourself big time. Ha ha. I'll make sure nobody ever buys from you and then you'll come crawling asking for my help. Then guess what? I'll say no because F you. Have fun talking to some of my devoted followers. And you know what? I'm sure I can make the painting myself. You're a ripoff for wanting to charge for BS that anybody can do. Loser. I'm sure now your mum is going to be even more proud of you. Ha 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 ha. I'm not reading all that. Bye. Like, how could you write out all of those messages and not realize how embarrassing you are? Like, this person is just a bully. That is so terrible. Oh, I've got followers on Instagram and TikTok, so I can be an a-hole to everybody. Like, of course, not every influencer is bad, but this one sure is. Like, that person wasn't like a little bit nasty. They're like concerningly awful. Like, how can you be so toxic and bitter and sad? Saying that OP's parents aren't proud of them and that they're nothing and they're a loser. OP's not a loser and at least they're not a bully. Like, I'm sure having some followers on the internet didn't make this person become like super mean and super toxic. I'm sure like it just sort of fueled the fire. But it's so unbelievably disappointing when somebody gets a few followers and they immediately put everybody else down and they immediately think they're better than everybody else. It's so sad. Like, what? You think you're better because you've got followers on Instagram and TikTok? What are you even talking about? Our self-worth as people isn't dependent on how many followers we have. Like, yeah, OP probably doesn't have a whole bunch of followers on Instagram and TikTok or whatever, but at least they don't treat people like garbage. That's the real judge of character. Yeah, like this comment says too though, what the hell, your mum also sucks as much as this chick does. Yeah, the mum siding with them and demanding that OP do free art for them. That's sad too. This comment says, wow, she's insane. Please don't speak to this influencer ever again. And screw your mum too, what a bitch. Yeah, for sure. How could you stand up for this person? OP, show everybody that you know who knows this person those messages. Show everybody that. Send them to the mum. Nobody can read those messages and be like, oh, yeah, that person's a really great person. They're not totally being a total a-hole for absolutely no reason. It's like the nice guys. Like, I don't even understand how they type out that stuff and don't read the stuff that they're typing and realize like, oh, wait a second, I suck. Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked a little bit after what we just read. Like, normally we read about somebody that's a little bit frustrating or something, but that was on a whole different level. The next one that we're going to read is called, Am I the Gay Ho for Not Wanting to Follow My Mum's Rules If I'm Paying Half the Rent? My mum and I, 23, female, are potentially getting an apartment together and each paying half the rent. And she said that there'll still be the same rules applied as when I was living at home with her. Yeah, no. So for background information, my parents growing up weren't super strict, but are a little bit more traditional. So they had certain rules with me that I of course didn't like, and they still applied even once I turned 18. Had to be home a certain time, no tattoos, no sleepovers with my boyfriend at the time, and I couldn't go on any trips that the rest of my friend group went on. All girls. However, I understand that it's their house and their rules, so of course the solution was me moving out, which I did when I turned 21. I moved out with roommates and I've been living there for the past 2 years. I'm in a place financially now where I can afford an apartment of my own, and I just graduated college last month, so I have been looking for apartments. At the time, my parents decided to split a few months ago and are currently working on finalizing the divorce and selling the house. I'm the only one of my siblings who lives in the same state, and my mum knew about my plans to get an apartment and asked if I'd wanted to look for one together and split the rent. She was a stay-at-home mum for a while, and now that her and my dad are done, she is working a regular job, so has been a little bit tight on money. This actually didn't seem like a bad idea to me, so I said yes. But now we had a conversation yesterday, and I told her about my tattoo appointment coming up, which she said to enjoy now because once you're under the same roof again, your lifestyle is gonna have to change. No, don't do this, OP. I was confused at first, and that's when she mentioned that I'll have to pretty much follow the same rules that I did as when I was living with her and my dad. No. This made me very upset, and I told her that if we're going to be getting an apartment where I'm paying half the bills, I'm not following her rules. Now she's saying that I'm disrespectful and rude and disappointed in me. Oh, take a hike. And upset that I no longer want to get an apartment. As somebody who's 23, I go out with friends at night when I'm off the next day, been traveling within the country every other month, and just enjoying my 20s. I've even got a trip to Cancun this summer for my birthday, and now apparently I'd have to cancel that. I won't be doing anything that she doesn't agree or would make her uncomfortable inside the apartment, but outside of our living space, I don't see the problem, but I don't want to damage the relationship with my mum, so am I being unreasonable? No, you're not the one who's being unreasonable, and if any damage is going to be done to your relationship, it's going to be because of how unreasonable your mum is. That's actually laughable. Oh, well, you better go get a tattoo now because when we live together, you're not allowed to. The top comment said, if she can't treat you as an adult, don't move in with her, not the a-hole. Yeah, I don't feel like that's even a question. You can't live with her, OP. The second top comment says, here's the truth about your mum that's going to be hard to accept. She's only using you. She used to be a stay-at-home mother and can't afford to live on her own. Or maybe she can live on her own, but she's codependent on having somebody around, which she can control. Don't live with her. There's always the risk of losing your freedom or wasting time fighting for it. Oh yeah, that's not even a question in this situation. You will 100% lose your freedom. That's pretty much exactly what your mum's saying. Yeah, whatever you do, OP, don't live with your mum, and also don't give in to your mum. The comment below that one says, thank you for telling me this up front. I'm an adult now, so the rules I follow are my own. So I'll get my own place, but thank you for the offer. Not the a-hole, and if money is as tight as you say, expect a follow-up conversation. Hold your ground. Yeah, please don't move in with them, OP. It would be an absolute nightmare. Like, this would never ever work. Oh well, when you're living under my roof, you're gonna have to change your lifestyle. Not if you're equally splitting the rent. It's just as much OP's apartment as it is their mum's. And the part that gets me about this is that the mum's not grateful. The mum's not like, oh, thank you so much for this. Like, I really don't have the money at the moment to get a place on my own. Thank you so much for offering to have a place with me so that we can split the rent. No, they're like, when you live with me again, you've got to follow my rules again. Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get a place on my own, okay? Yeah, don't feel guilty here, OP, and don't give in to this either. You're not the unreasonable one, OP. The next one says, would I be the a-hole if I move out of our apartment, knowing that my fiance and his mum can't afford it without me? Wow, sounds similar to the last one that we read. Me, female 29, and my ex, fiance, male 27, have been living together for about 1.5 years. Fiance got his undergraduate degree, worked for a couple of years, and then decided to get an MBA, which is how we ended up in our city. We moved in together after he finished his MBA program. My fiance's from the Midwest, and his mum's always wanted him to move back. When he told her that he was staying here, she was heartbroken. I went to college and I got my degree in a STEM field. After I graduated, I got a job with my current company, and I moved to the city where we currently live. It's a big international company with multiple locations in the US and international, and I love my job. I like the company I work for, and the pay's pretty good. All in all, it's a pretty good deal. During COVID, my office shut down and we all went work from home. After COVID, they decided not to reopen this office, so I've been 100% work from home since early 2020. I currently make considerably more than him, mainly because I've been working for 7 years and I'm in tech. I had been living by myself in a 1-bedroom apartment and just had my office set up in the living room since it was just me. When we moved in together, we decided to get a 2-bedroom apartment so that I could use the extra room as an office. Because of this, I was paying 2/3 of the rent and he paid 1/3. We split everything else 50-50. So the problem started this past May. My fiance's mum told him that she wanted to move to our city to be closer to him. She asked if she could stay with us while she looked for a job and got settled. She's a teacher, so she figured she'd be able to get a teaching job pretty fast. Because of that, I didn't really mind her staying with us, as I figured it'd only be for a couple of months over the summer. Since I thought it would only be for a couple of months, I moved my office into a corner of our bedroom, and my fiance bought a bed to put in the second bedroom. The problem is she never applied for any teaching positions and has been living with us for 6 months. No! Why did you let her stay? She and I have been struggling with each other ever since she moved in. I can't make her understand that I work full-time. She constantly interrupts me while I'm working. Oh God. Which is bad enough, but she even interrupts when I'm on TV team calls. She always asks me to take her places because she doesn't like to drive in our city. She's got pretty outdated views of gender roles and is constantly giving me a hard time for not doing more around the house and making fiance help with chores and do his own laundry. Are you freaking kidding me? His mum comes into your home and is giving you a hard time for not helping out your fiance more. Get out of OP's home, you mooch. The constant criticism and insults are just really wearing me down, and I hate having my offer shoved in a corner of the bedroom. Back in September, I told my fiance that since it looks like his mum is going to stay a while, we should split the rent 3 ways. Wait, so you're telling me that she stayed there for 6 months and she didn't pay for anything? He told me that she can't afford that since she has to conserve money until she gets a job. Oh, this is terrible. I told him that I wasn't happy paying extra for a bedroom that I can't use, so finally he said that we could do a 50-50 split. I could afford to pay the extra, but I hate the idea of funding her lifestyle. Every time I complain about her or the situation, he says that he agrees, but doesn't know what to do because he can't kick out his mum. Yeah, you can. And he won't talk to her about the way that she treats me or how she behaves. Yeah, well, there's your problem. She's in your home. When I ask what the long-term plan is, he just says that he doesn't know. I've thought about giving him an ultimatum to tell her that she has to leave, but I think he'd just end up resenting me for essentially putting his mum on the street. And what, you think you're not going to resent him for all of this? So one of my girlfriends is losing her roommate at the end of February. Our lease renews June 1st. I'm very strongly considering moving out of our current apartment and moving in with her. I can afford to pay my part of rent on our current apartment and also half the rent at my friend's apartment. It's not ideal, but I'm not a big spender, so it's doable. The issue is if he and his mum aren't able to pay for 1/3 of the rent each, there's no way that they could cover the whole thing on their own. But I can't live like this anymore, so I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. But I wanted to see if people thought that I'd be the a-hole for leaving them like this. Wow, that's so wild. The top comment says, not the a-hole. His mum is the biggest a-hole because she specifically planned this. It's not that she had bad luck. She didn't even apply. Add in that she didn't respect your workplace and insult you in your own home. She's trying to be the matriarch of the house while being a complete mooch. The biggest problem is your fiance though. This is only a glimpse of your future with a mama's boy. He's made it clear that he's okay with her walking all over you and she's not leaving. You're gonna end up as a third wheel in your own marriage. Yeah, that's so terrible. And the comment below that one says, not the a-hole. However, if they can't pay the rent, it's your credit that's going to be screwed. Maybe your ex and mummy can share a bedroom and they could get a roommate for the second bedroom. While you're waiting though, stop doing anything for mummy. You're not her employee. Yeah, if she doesn't like driving in your city, she can get a bus pass. Also, keep your bedroom door locked while you're working. Yeah, 1,000,000% OP. Stop doing anything for her. Like, you need to think about yourself here, OP. There are 2 updates here. Yeah, that's awesome. I love updates. I started off trying to reply to everybody's comments and keep up, but to be honest, I got completely overwhelmed with all the comments. First off, I want to thank everybody for their feedback and their comments, even the ones that were kind of harsh. Actually, probably especially the ones that were kind of harsh. I really needed some tough love to make me realize that I was letting the soon-to-be ex and his mum take advantage of me. The more comments I read, the more pissed off I got. To be honest, I think I'm more pissed at myself for allowing this to happen and not advocating for myself more. Yeah, that's understandable, OP. This past weekend, I got my soon-to-be ex alone so that we could talk, which was actually harder than it should have been because his mum's always tried to tag along when we do anything. Going through all the comments everybody left and the messages people sent me really did help me decide how to approach this, and also brought up a lot of good questions that I should have thought of myself. I wanted to give him one more chance to pick us over his mum, not because I thought that he would, but I wanted to be able to tell myself that I gave him the opportunity. I explained again about how unhappy I am in this situation, how it's affecting my work because of her constant interruptions, and just being unhappy and uncomfortable that I'm forced to work out of a corner in our bedroom. And I reminded him that up until a few months ago, I was paying the majority of the rent, and being that I make so much more than him, it's really my salary that keeps us all afloat. And I also brought up again the way that she treats me and talks to me, and he replied the same way that he has been. He agrees that it's not right how she acts and that it's really uncomfortable for us all. What the hell? I don't care if she's uncomfortable. Yeah, stand up to your mum, dude. Previously, I would have dropped it there, but this time I told him how angry and how disappointed I was that he let me pay for 2/3 of the rent when she first moved, and how unfair it was that I'm still paying for half when there are 3 people living there and she's the only one with her own bedroom. It was the same story. She has to conserve money since she doesn't have any income, blah, blah, blah. Which I brought up the question of where all of her stuff went when she moved. What money does she use for incidentals? So evidently when she got divorced, she asked for the divorce after my ex went off to college. It doesn't sound like her husband, ex's dad, wanted the divorce. His dad bought her out of the equity in the house. Ex didn't have any idea how much that was or how much is left. But until she moved here, she was working full-time as a teacher and living in a small apartment, so she shouldn't have had to tap into the divorce settlement money very much. Other than that, ex didn't have much insight to her finances, other than what she told him, that she has to conserve money. I told him straight up that I'm moving out before the the end of this month, and from now on I'm only paying 25%, as some of the commenters pointed out. She has a whole bedroom while I have to share with a man-child, so she should have to pay twice as much. And after I move out, I'm not paying for anything else. No utilities, no food, nothing other than rent. I've got a pretty good idea what his finances are like, and if he has to pay 75% of rent all by himself, it's going to take a huge chunk out of his net income, and after he pays utilities and buys groceries, there won't be anything left for incidentals. Rent was due on the 1st, but it's not late until after the 5th, so he has 2 days to come up with the money. If he doesn't come up with it and I end up covering it, then I'll reduce the amount that I pay in future months. The only reason I'm going to keep paying any of the rent is even after I move out, I'm still on the hook. I talked to the leasing office and they explained that since X and I signed a single rental agreement together, e.g. one contract we both signed as opposed to 2 contracts we signed individually, we're both responsible for the rent. They don't care who actually pays it as long as it gets paid. The only alternative would be if he agrees to sign a new lease by himself or together with his mum, but in all likelihood he wouldn't be able to pass the credit check on his own, so I'm kinda stuck. I don't think he'll do anything stupid though, because he's gonna need to find some place to live after this, and a collection on his credit report wouldn't be good. I also told him that I'm gonna find some place to work during the day until I can move so that she can't bother me. My friend that I'm moving in with said that I could work there during the day since she and her current roommate have in-person 9 to 5s. I took her up on that for now. After living with his mum, I'm not about to overstay my welcome, so I'm gonna find some other options that I can rotate through. Somebody suggested checking out the public library, or if it comes to it, I'll get a membership at one of those WeWork kind of places, just in case I brought my important papers and files and valuables, and my friend is storing them for me until I move in. He really didn't take it well. Yeah, that's not very surprising. The surprising thing to me is that he was surprised by everything. He seemed really shocked that I wasn't prioritizing his mum. Oh my god. I really got the feeling that he sincerely believed that I wanted to take care of her as much as him. And he kept saying stuff like, what about my mum? What am I going to tell her? That's how she is. We still need to help her. No, we don't. He asked about our relationship and the engagement. I told him that after I move out, I need some space from him. In a few months when we've had some time and space, if we both agree, we can talk about the relationship, but he'd have to prove that he's going to have my back going forward and will set boundaries with his mum. I told him that just to avoid more drama, but I don't see a future in which we're together. I told him that he needs to tell his mum because she's not my responsibility or my problem, and she'll know something's up when I start moving my stuff out. He hasn't even told her what's going on yet. Oh my god, he's so scared of his mum. But this weekend, I'm going to start moving things so that he doesn't have much time. My friend's current roommate starts a new job in another state on the 3rd, so in reality, I can probably move in 2 to 3 weeks, just depending on what she actually leaves. I don't expect him to do anything bad besides sulk and complain, but if he does something stupid or doesn't pay his part of the rent, the ace up my sleeve is that I'll tell the leasing office his mum moved in, which is prohibited in the lease. Honestly, getting evicted would solve a lot of my problems at the moment, so it's a pretty valid threat, I think. So now that I've mentally and emotionally separated myself from him and his mum, I'm looking forward to her reaction when he tells her what's going on. If it gets too ugly, I'll find a cheap Airbnb or hotel or something. I've had some friends, including the one that I'm moving in with, offer to let me couch surf for a couple of weeks, but I can't do that to somebody else. So that's it. I'm leaving and I really don't care how that affects them. Oh, the stories today have been unbelievable. I can't believe the stuff that we've read today. I'll read the second update in a second. But yeah, good job for doing this, OP. The top comment says you're at the end of a long and painful process, but I'm sure that you'll be the better for it. Good luck. And the comment below that says, I'm proud of you for sticking up for yourself. Your boyfriend just seems to be a wet noodle. He wants space, but he has no backbone to set boundaries with his mum and feels like he's stuck, which he isn't. It'll never change, so you're doing the right thing by prioritizing yourself. Like, oh, that's just the way that my mum is. Bro, stand up to your mum. Come on. Okay, time for update number 2. I hope you guys have had a good time today. It's been such a fun episode. Update. Hey everybody, I've been getting a lot of requests for an update, so I wanted to let everybody know how it went when X's mum found out about me not covering all the rent and moving out. Last week I started working out of my friend's apartment, the one that I'm moving in with, so I didn't see X's mum on Monday. Tuesday around lunchtime, she sent me a text asking where I was. He hasn't even told her yet. I told her that I was working and I'd be home late tonight. She replied that X told her that I wasn't going to be contributing as much, so she had to loan him money for rent. That wasn't a surprise to me, so I replied with a thumbs up emoji. Yeah, contributing. Oh my god, is this the first time you've had to contribute, mum? This is actually insufferable. Yeah, like I know I've been living with you for 6 months and insulting you in your own home, but I had to loan my son some money for rent, acting like they're the ones who are getting screwed over here. I had plans with my friend and her roommate, who I'm also friends with, to go out for dinner and then get some drinks. So by the time I got home, it was way after midnight and X's mum was already asleep. The fun started Monday morning. I was getting ready to go to work at my friend's place when my ex's mum stopped me and said that we need to discuss my financial situation. Then she went on a whole tirade about her having to cover my part of the rent, me making foolish choices by going out to dinner when I couldn't even pay rent. I was irresponsible with money and inconsiderate of the impact it had on others. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. You're inconsiderate of the impact that you have on others. The audacity of this lady. She went on to say that if she was going to have to pay my share of the rent, that she expected me to do a better job of keeping on top of chores and keeping the apartment clean and organized. I told her that I was moving out since obviously soon-to-be ex hadn't told her yet. She seemed, I don't know, pleased with herself. All she had to say was maybe that's for the best. When I got home that night, right off the bat, she wanted to talk. She said that instead of me moving out, we could get a bigger apartment and she'd be willing to help by paying the difference between a 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom. Then we could go back to the arrangement that ex and I had before she moved in. Me paying 2/3 of the balance and him paying 1/3. Honestly, when she was saying this, I think my brain vapor locked. She was making it sound like she was doing us a favor by offering to pay the increase in rent. Apparently this man-child who tells his mum literally every single thing about our lives and relationship hadn't bothered to tell his mum how much I was actually contributing. It seemed like once she discovered that ex wasn't paying for everything like she thought, she wasn't as excited about me moving out. I tried to be polite and I told her that I'd already given notice to our apartment complex that I was moving out at the end of the month and I'd already committed to move out with my friend. She kept on pushing the issue and said that if she was willing to pay the difference, I should just stay because that would really be the best for everybody. No, it definitely would not. By then I was getting annoyed and I told her that because of the way that she's been acting and treating me, I had no interest in living with her anymore. That's when the best line of this whole dumpster fire came out of her mouth. She said that I was worried that I was taking advantage of her son, and if we had told her about our financial arrangement, she would have been more understanding of why I wasn't keeping up with the apartment. I told her maybe a good lesson from this is to try being nice to everybody in the future, and not just the people you think can help you. And I asked her why she didn't help out more, since she wasn't doing anything productive all day. Oh, she did not like either of those comments, and it got pretty hostile with both of us yelling at each other. And to be fair, we both said some pretty awful things to each other. Finally, I told her that I was going to inform the rental office that she'd been living there contrary to the lease agreement, because getting evicted would be worth it to see her living on the street. I grabbed my laptop and I went to my friends. I didn't even bother packing an overnight bag. Next afternoon, Thursday, my ex texted me and said that he'd added his mum to the lease, effective the first of the month, and that she and his dad, I have no idea how that poor man got roped into this, would pay half the rent and ex would pay the other half. I confirmed with the property manager that I was off the lease and I didn't have any further obligation. I got it in email so I have a record. I put disconnect orders in for the utilities under my name and I told him to call up and set up accounts under his name. I'm gonna lose the damage deposit. It goes to whoever is living there when lease ends, but it's a small price to pay to be free. On the way home, I stopped and got a bunch of boxes to pack my stuff up. She was pretty hostile when I got home, and when she saw how much I was taking, she got worse. I ended up taking Friday off to finish packing, and on Saturday, I got some friends to help move stuff to my new place. I'm gonna pay my friends some rent for the next 2 weeks until the one moves out. They didn't want me to, but I'm not gonna stay in somebody else's home and not contribute. If nothing else, living with ex and his mum taught me that. Last night, ex and I got together and talked for the first time since Saturday. He said that his mum's staying until June when the lease is up, then she's gonna move back to their hometown. According to him, she just didn't really like living here, and that's why she didn't try to find a job. Then he asked how long a break I thought we'd take. A few commenters gave me a hard time for stringing him along, so I was pretty brutally honest, and I told him that I couldn't be with somebody that allowed others to treat me the way that he allowed his mum to treat me, and that I hoped he learned to stand on his own and establish boundaries. He looked like he was gonna cry and got up and left. As far as I'm concerned, this whole thing is over and done. I'm gonna call it a learning experience and be glad that I found out how awful ex's mum is before we got married. The thing that amazes me is how much damage this woman leaves in her wake and how utterly oblivious she is. She destroyed our engagement and our relationship, is leaving ex in a much worse financial situation, pushed back her ex-husband's retirement by I don't even know how many years, since now he likely has to pay off the mortgage, or second mortgage, that he had to get to pay her half of the equity, and she made my life hell for 6+ months, and she's walking away completely unscathed. According to my ex, she's going to go back to her hometown and picking up her old teaching job. I'm thinking about going to visit my parents next week and working from their house. I want to tell them how boring and undramatic they are, and how I'm so grateful for that, and that I love them for it. I don't even know what to say after what we've read today. Good job to OP though. It must feel so good to get out of there. Like you said, OP, at least it happened before you got married. The top comment says, always cut toxic people out of your life. Nuclear missile dodged. Good on you. I hope the old bat thinks of you every day she gets dressed for work. Yes, so unbelievably toxic. And that's enough. We need to read something wholesome. I feel exhausted after what we've read today. Every day I fail, but every day I try again. Oh, that's a little bit sad, but also cute at the same time. And that's the beautiful part about it, isn't it? Like, I'm gonna try today. I might not do the best job, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna try again tomorrow. That's kind of beautiful. Oh yeah, this one too. I definitely have read this one. A concerned old lady left this note. Please be aware that there's a baby deer / sleeping right under your tire. Thank you. So unbelievably cute. There's a baby under the tire. Like, hello, I'm cute little baby deer. Please don't run me over. I'm only small baby. So unbelievably cute. That was such an amazing episode, and I hope you guys had a great time today. If you enjoyed, make sure you like the video and subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day today goes to Cannibal Culture 4499. I wanted to say thank you for what you do, Vincey. Aw, you make getting my day started easier and more enjoyable. You make a difference for us and we appreciate you. Aw, I appreciate you. Much love to you and your sweet and adorable fur babies from me, my husband, and our 2 kitties, Oscar and Honeybee. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much for that comment. That's such a beautiful comment. I appreciate you and I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for the support. That's so sweet. That's so awesome. You made my day today. You guys are so awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go lie down. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!